This tutorial explains how to create and apply fees, discounts, payment plans, and invoices. Jupyter allows you to define various types of fees and discounts. You can create shortcuts for commonly assessed fees, such as registration fees or tuition. You can also define automatic late fees to be assessed at a given point after an invoice is due. Course fees are tied to enrollment in a particular course, and any other ad hoc fees or credits can be applied to individual student accounts. Likewise, you can define commonly applied discounts, as well as individual ad hoc discounts. I'll show you where to define and apply each type of fee and discount as the tutorial progresses. Let's start by going to the Setup, Billing and Payments screen. Scroll down to the Common Fees and Common Discounts sections. These sections allow you to predefine commonly assessed fees and discounts. These common fees will appear as a shortcut in a pop-up menu when you go to apply them to a student's account. They are not applied automatically. Click Add to define a common fee. You may enter a date if you like, or leave it blank so it defaults to the current date when applied to a student. Either way, the date can be edited later for each individual student. Eligible for payment plan is typically used for tuition. We'll talk about payment plans in just a moment. Select Default Registration Fee if parents are required to pay that fee when students register. Just like fees, you can define commonly assessed discounts. Click Add to define a new discount. Discounts can be either dollar amounts or percentages. Again, discounts can be made eligible for payment plans. We will talk about those shortly. Next, let's talk about automatically assessed late fees. Scroll down to that section. This section allows you to define automatic late fees. Click Add to define a late fee. Define your penalty here. The fee is calculated as a percent of the amount due with an optional maximum dollar amount. If you want a flat fee instead, leave the percent area blank. Choose when the late fee should be assessed. This time will be calculated from due dates from your invoice list. The fee will be simply added to the next invoice. This means you have time to correct it and make exceptions as needed before the next invoice is sent. You can create more than one late fee if you like. Next, let's talk about payment plans. This is common for tuition, but it can be used for anything. In order to define a payment plan, you must have invoice dates defined. Let's scroll back up to our invoice dates section. This section allows you to define when you want to bill families. Click Add to create a new invoice date. The closing date is the last day that fees will be counted on the invoice. Parents must pay by the due date in order to avoid late fees. Once you have defined your invoice dates, click Add to define a payment plan. Choose which invoice dates will be used for this payment plan. Optionally, you can offer families a discount, such as a discount for choosing a payment in full plan versus a monthly plan. From the dropdown, choose Parent May Choose This if you'd like parents to be able to choose this option for themselves. Otherwise, choosing Only Admin May Set This will only allow school administrators to assign payment plans to families. The payment plans cover any fees and discounts where you checked the option Eligible for Payment Plan. It looks at the total amount due, then divides it into even installments for each date that you enter. Next, let's create a course fee. To create a fee scheduled with a particular course, go to the Schedule Courses screen. First, choose the course. Then, in the Fee section, enter the relevant information. This will apply to all students enrolled in the course. Let's apply those fees and discounts to student accounts. To do so, go to Pay, Student Billing. Click here to enter a new fee. Fees can be applied to a single student or a group of students. To apply one of the common fees or discounts that you already defined, use this pop-up menu. To apply course fees, select Add Update All Course Fees. This is based on who is currently enrolled in the course. You can repeat this as needed to automatically adjust for schedule changes. Click here to manually apply a payment or credit. Select the student or group of students, then choose the payment type. If applying a discount, you can choose a dollar amount, a percentage, or one of the common discounts you defined before. Click Previous or Next to cycle through your students. You can also click Next Unpaid to jump to the next student account that has a balance. Let's look at a sample student account. Notice that siblings are linked to the same billing account. You can click on any fee or credit to view who entered the information. You can also edit it or delete it. Click Delete all copies of this fee to remove a fee that was mistakenly applied to a group of students. Click on any line item to view its details. Most items can be marked eligible for payment plan. The top shows the amount due, which depends on the invoice date and any payment plans. The bottom shows the net balance, which is the total of all fees, discounts, and credits, regardless of dates. If the student is on a payment plan, details are shown here. This value is the total of fees and credits that are marked eligible for payment plan. And then here you can see the installment amounts and the dates they are due. Click on the payment plan itself to change it or remove it. Finally, let's look at student invoices. Go to Pay Invoices to print or email invoices. Select an invoice date from the drop-down menu. Invoice dates are defined on the Setup Billing and Payment screen, as we did earlier. Check only if money is due to skip people who have no fees or people who have already paid for that selected invoice date. When printing invoices, it prints separate copies for parents who have different mailing addresses, but not if they live at the same address. When emailing invoices, the email contains the amount due and a link to view the details online. Additionally, you can choose to allow parents to view billing information in their Jupyter account at all times. You can enable that on the Setup Billing and Payment screen in this menu here. Thank you for watching this tutorial. For further questions, check out our help guide or reach out to us at support@jupitered.com.